Today, I want to talk about astral travel. Do you believe that you leave your body at night and go into the astral and do things as a spirit? If so, this video is for you. If not, you're probably in the wrong place and you might want to scroll along. All right. So, if you're okay with the fact that you have a body, but you also have a soul and a spirit, then is it all right with you that at night our body lays down and goes to sleep and rests, but our spirit travels in the astral realm? So I used to have a wonderful clairvoyant teacher. His name was Michael Tamura. He's crossed over, but he was fantastic. And when I would be in classes and courses with him, he would always say, "See you tonight in the astral," or "We'll continue this conversation in this work in the astral." And when I was younger, I wasn't sure if I believed this. But now that I'm older and I'm going on 50 and I've spent over a decade reading energy and practicing my intuition and learning about spirit, I totally 1,000% believe that I am a spiritual being having a human experience. And absolutely, my spirit is able to go into the ether at night and connect with teachers and other beings and other souls. That there is more that's going on this earth plane between humans and our relationships than just what we can see in our waking hours, right? It's like A Course in Miracles talks about that even though a relationship might end and someone leaves your space physically, our relationships with those that we've loved and that we have connections with never end. That in spirit, we continue to relate. And I believe that that's true because I believe that we're infinite beings having a spiritual experience here on earth. And at night, we go to night school. But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. What I want to talk about is that night school and why it's actually important for us to prep ourselves before we go to sleep and have healthy sleep habits to ensure that we are getting enough time in night school. That is something that is newer to me. So right now I'm studying Waldorf education. I'm studying Rudolf Steiner, arguably one of the greatest philosophers of our time who founded Waldorf education and a clairvoyant. And his writings are prolific and he has very interesting indications and things that he speaks about. But one of those things is night school. And right now, I'm really thinking it in different terms than I did when I worked with my previous teacher, Michael Tamura. So now I'm thinking about it like, oh, my sleep actually matters because astral travel and night school and your soul's development isn't going to magically happen even if you're not getting good sleep. Like, you actually have to get good sleep for that to happen. So, here's what I want to talk about today. I have 4 things that I think can really help, and they're things that I'm working on and practicing right now, and it's really motivated me. So, if you're someone who, like me, has struggled in the past because maybe you're a night owl, maybe you say you get that surge of energy at 11 p.m. later in the evening, and you're like, oh, I have fresh energy. Suddenly, a lot of times for me, when the sun goes down and everything's quiet and there's no expectations, when my creative self comes out. So I still honor that part, but this has helped me to have a little bit better sleep hygiene. Not so super great right now in the hemisphere I'm in. We're in summer, and so it's light late. But as we head into the fall here and not too long, and we head through the winter, I really invite you to join me in these 4 steps to help with your sleep hygiene, not just because we know that sleep is so vital and important for every other function, and really one of the basic things that we need to do for our health, but also because it can help you grow your intuition, grow your connection to the divine, to your guide, to your ancestors, to the spiritual helpers that are there that want you to receive messages. So, number 1, go to bed at the same time every day. That really helps. Number 2 is wake up around the same time every day. And number 3 is keep a dream journal. This is something I've done and then I fall away from, and then I've done and fall away from. But if you're anything like me, if you consider yourself to be a seer, a mystic, a visionary, if you've had prophetic dreams, it's so important that we pay attention to these dreams and that we write them down. We can get so much spiritual information. And if we're going to night school and we're heading there and we're meeting up with teachers and other spiritual beings, then that information can be handed down to us and filter into our conscious mind through our journaling, through the notes that we take when we wake up first thing in the morning and before we get out of bed. We just get that journal and we write down what happened. I get so much spiritual insight from my dreams. And if you're an intuitive woman and you're a sensitive spiritual woman and you want to anchor more deeply into that part of yourself, this is one of the best ways I know how, is keeping a dream journal. And finally, number 4 is to ensure that you're really having that sacred, ritual, rhythmic time that you can lean into. Rhythm gives strength. So when we are traveling or time change or different things come up, if we have a well established rhythm, it can hold us. So for me, it's like winding down, turning off tech, turning to a book, reading my book. And then when I'm going to bed, I love to have magnesium and I love to take melatonin sometimes. And I love to wear my eye mask and get in bed and make everything really dark. And really just spend those last few minutes of day before I drift off imagining my dream life, visualizing what I'm working on, manifesting and actualizing into my reality. These are such potent times before we drift off into sleep to really connect with that subconscious part of us and just allow it to know what it is we truly want. So I think this is really super powerful. And my invitation for you today is just to start to look at your sleep habits and your evening routine as not just something you should do for your health, but as actual practice to facilitate spiritual growth. We're human beings having an earthly experience. And so this routine, this night school preparation, this commitment to really remember, oh, yeah, I'm not just this body, but my spirit is doing important work at night. And if I don't go to bed on time, if I don't get good sleep, then my spirit cannot meet up with the people it needs to meet up with and glean the information it needs to glean to help me in my conscious waking life. So I hope you'll try these tips. Subscribe to the channel for more, and thank you for joining with me today.